Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk about the WNUF Halloween special. So if you're a fan of like underground movies and B movies, you've probably seen this over the years. It was very, very popular. I had learned about it I think a couple of years ago and watched it online or something, and they just got a Blu-ray that was done by Terrorvision in conjunction with Vinegar Syndrome. And Vinegar Syndrome had done the slipcover. I'm not really a slipcover guy, so for the extra few dollars I just bought the movie without the slipcover, and it got a Blu-ray release. And this is sort of an interesting title to get a Blu-ray release because it's made to look like it's from the 80s. So even though this is a 2013 movie, it's like a mockumentary type of thing. So I guess that's like the best way to put it. So it really looks like it's from the 80s. They passed it through a VCR a bunch of times and used, I guess, a filter or something. So it looks like an 80s movie that you'd see in the middle of the night, or an 80s, in this instance, news broadcast. The movie revolves around this newscaster who is interviewing people and going into this house where a murder happened. It's sort of reminiscent of the Warrens from The Conjuring that he's with. And they're like psychics telling him that there's something bad happened in the house, and that, well, actually I think they already know something bad happened in the house, but that they feel an evil spirit, and all this stuff starts happening during the news broadcast. And the way they make it look and sound and the clothes and everything, the vibe of it feels very, very 80s, which is phenomenal. They did a great, great job throughout the movie. So the main story is probably a quarter to half of the running time. There's also a bunch of news broadcasts, commercials, and the commercials are fake, but they again feel very, very authentic. Growing up in the 80s, I know this, with the cheesiness and the vibe, and like referencing arcade games and VHS tapes and just everything that they could cram in terms of like 80s nostalgia. Trying to think what else I wanted to say. Let me read the back. For decades, obscure film collectors and lovers of esoteric cinema have sought it. Finally, the search is over. Originally broadcast in October 31st, 1987, the WNUF Halloween special is a stunning expose of terrifying supernatural activity that unfolded at the infamous Weber House, the site of ghastly murders. Local television personality Frank Stewart leads a group of paranormal investigators, including a Catholic exorcist, Father Joseph Matheson, and the prolific husband and wife team Louis and Claire Berger. They're kind of the Lorraine Warren and I can't remember the husband's name. Together, the experts explore the darkest corners of the supposedly haunted Weber House, trying to prove the existence of the demonic entities within. Did they find the horrific truth, or simply put superstitious rumors to rest? Compiled from the highest quality source material available, this Blu-ray features the full program, including the commercials ran during the notorious broadcast. So it's pretty much a fake 1980s news broadcast of them going into this house and doing this special with all the commercials. And at points, whoever's watching it, I guess, whatever it's taped from, is rewinding and fast forwarding. So some of the commercials come up twice and then they fast forward, or in general they fast forward. The special features include audio commentary with the director, a 2021 group commentary with cast and crew, the commercials that didn't make it into the film, outtakes and bloopers, rewinding the fast forward segments, Shitty on Purpose, How We Aged WNUF, which I watched, it was kind of cool, the original trailer, Terrorvision's record WNUF album promo, WNUF Christmas special, which was actually pretty cool. It was, everything is very short, and the long lost WNUF commercials rediscovered from the 2021 release. Because they made it look very authentic and like an 80s special, the quality, first of all, everything is 4:3, none of it is 16:9 or widescreen, and it's, you know, grainy, and there's artifacting, and it looks old. So if you expected some like over-the-top phenomenal, you know, restoration job, you're not going to get that here, because this is meant to look like 80s classic VHS cheese, and it does. The way they captured the 80s in this is perfect. Some people said there were some instances of little things that they noticed and that they realized, oh, this couldn't have been real. But some people were actually, I think, fooled by it many years ago when it first got released. It has this little disc here. Obviously, comes with a artwork that's reversible. Technical difficulties, but you wouldn't obviously use that. And then it comes with a little insert with all the Terrorvision albums and stuff coming out, and these creep coins that if you collect enough of them, you can turn them in for VHS tapes or a record of your choosing, etc. But if you like cheesy 80s vibe movies, it's a perfect Halloween film. It just feels like it encapsulates the 80s perfectly. Knowing that it's an actual 2013 film takes away some of that specialness of it, but for me it's just perfect. I can't explain it. The way the commercials are done and how everything has that layer of cheese to it, the filter or the way they ran it through a VCR a few times, it just looks old. And I could have imagined something like this playing when I was a kid on TV, so it just totally brings me back. It's perfect for like a Halloween viewing with friends, maybe have a drink in you and have like an 80s night or something. So if you haven't seen it, I will wholeheartedly recommend WNUF Halloween Special. It is a great throwback movie. I was going to say one more thing. Oh, it has subtitles in English, and it's 83 minutes. So it's not a long movie by any means, and I think that's good because for them to have stretched that broadcast out and put the commercials in, if they kept doing it, I think it would have ran a little long. Some people were displeased with how many commercials were in it, but it's mainly commercial, 10-minute clip, commercial, 10-minute clip, that type of thing. And then there's an ending that is actually not what I expected, and I didn't really remember it. So let me know, guys, if you've seen WNUF's Halloween Special. It is awesome for Halloween. So if you want something to watch on Halloween and you haven't seen this, highly, highly recommended. Thank you, Terrorvision, so much for putting this out. This was on the top of one of my lists. Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge is on the top of my list. That's getting a release. The only thing I really want now that's not announced anywhere is Penitentiary 3. So Vinegar Syndrome, get on that. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.